Did you know that a crime committed over 40 years ago completely changed the way you open a bottle of medicine? It sounds simple, but it changed everyday life. We see the seals, the plastic wraps, and the foil tops without a second thought. Those safety features exist because of terrifying events in the fall of 1982. The place was Chicago. Life moved as usual. People went to work, children to school, families gathered for dinner. In this normal setting, something sinister was about to happen. Tylenol was America's top non-prescription pain reliever. People trusted the brand. They trusted the capsules inside to bring relief. That trust was about to shatter. An unseen person turned a place of healing into a source of danger. The weapon was not a gun or a knife. It was a common painkiller laced with poison. The victims were random, innocent people trying to ease everyday pain. The threat was sitting on the bathroom shelf. The fallout forced a reckoning for companies, law enforcement, and regulators. Before answers, there was only confusion, fear, and a race against time that began with a single tragic death. The story begins on a normal morning, September 29, 1982, in Elk Grove Village near Chicago. A 12-year-old girl named Mary Kellerman had a sore throat and a runny nose. Like any parent, her mother gave her an extra-strength Tylenol capsule. Her parents just wanted her to rest and feel better. Tragically, the opposite happened. Shortly after taking the capsule, Mary collapsed. Her parents called an ambulance. Paramedics rushed her to the hospital. Doctors and nurses tried to save her, but they could not. Mary was pronounced dead. The doctors were baffled. A stroke? Something sudden? The Kellerman family was plunged into grief. The initial cause of death was undetermined. An innocent-looking bottle held a dark secret. At first, it felt like a single, heartbreaking tragedy. But Mary was not the only one. More lives would be taken. A pattern was forming. That same day, another tragedy unfolded in Arlington Heights. Adam Janus, 27, felt unwell and took Tylenol. He collapsed and died soon after. Family gathered to mourn, in shock and pain. His brother Stanley took Tylenol from the same bottle and died. Stanley's wife, Teresa, took one and died. 3 deaths in one family was a huge red flag. Doctors and coroners were now alarmed. Heart attacks and strokes no longer made sense. A firefighter noticed the Tylenol on the counter and told the investigator, "Toxicology found lethal cyanide in the victim's blood." The connection was made. The Tylenol delivered death. More victims were identified. Mary Reiner, a new mother, Mary McFarland, and Paula Prince, a flight attendant. Someone had poisoned Tylenol capsules, and they sat on store shelves, waiting for the next person. With cyanide confirmed, the city braced for impact. A massive investigation began. Chicago police, the FBI, and the FDA. They warned the public fast. Do not consume any Tylenol product. Fear gripped the city. People searched their cabinets, threw bottles away, and flooded hospitals with calls. Was their bottle safe? Had a loved one already taken a pill? Inspectors cleared shelves across Chicago. Thousands of bottles were collected and tested. Slow, careful work. Only a few capsules in a bottle were tainted. Danger felt random and terrifying. The city held its breath as teams raced to find the source. The truth would be worse than a factory mistake. Contaminated bottles came from different stores and neighborhoods. This made factory contamination unlikely. It pointed to someone buying bottles, poisoning capsules, then returning them to shelves. They opened capsules, replaced powder with cyanide, reassembled them, and slipped the bottles back. Packaging then had simple caps and cotton. No real tamper signs. Cyanide kills fast by blocking the body's use of oxygen, mimicking a sudden medical event. This created confusion and time for more victims. It was cold, calculated, and cruel, meant to cause harm and terror. The killer could be anyone, a neighbor, a shopper, a seemingly ordinary person. They turned trust between a consumer and a brand into a weapon. The search was on for more bottles and for a murderer. Within days, it became a national story. The coverage was intense. It was scary because it was relatable. Millions had Tylenol at home. People asked, what if bottles in our town are tainted too? Hospitals, pharmacies, and supermarkets pulled Tylenol nationwide. People emptied their cabinets. No risks. The FDA issued a national alert to avoid Tylenol capsules. It exposed weaknesses in over-the-counter drug packaging and the supply chain. The FBI chased thousands of tips. Some tried to extort the company false leads. The real killer remained a ghost. Without answers, unease spread across the nation. A bold decision was coming, one that would change everything. Chairman James Burke chose public safety over profits. J&J recalled every Tylenol product, 31 million bottles. It cost over $100 million. They set up hotlines and exchanged all bottles for free. It became the gold standard of corporate responsibility. Burke spoke openly, explaining every step. The financial hit was huge, but the decision saved the brand and laid groundwork for a safe return. For decades, it has been taught as a model of how to lead in a crisis. After the crisis, they asked, how do we prevent this ever again? They created a triple-sealed, tamper-resistant design, glued box ends, a plastic band on the cap, and a foil seal on the bottle. If any layer is broken, you can see it right away. In 1983, Congress made product tampering a federal crime. The FDA made tamper-resistant packaging mandatory. The industry moved from capsules to harder to tamper caplets. J&J led the shift. Today's seals and wraps are a lasting tribute to the victims. 7 innocent people died. It remains an unsolved crime. No one was charged or convicted. But we learned about supply chain risks and the power of putting people first. Safety is a shared duty. Manufacturers, regulators, and consumers together. Come back for more chills, haunts, murder, and mystery. Share this video with family and friends. Please like and subscribe.